In this video, we shall use long division to divide the following two polynomials. Kabam! Let's set her up. So this is going to go in the front. So I'm going to have my x squared plus 2x minus 3. That goes out there. Okay, and now I'm going to have 2x to the 4th power plus x to the 3rd power minus 8x squared plus 17x minus 12 on the inside of this thing. So, we are going to follow the 3 steps that go like this. We're going to divide. We're going to multiply, and then we're going to subtract. And we're going to do that over and over again until we run out of terms. Okay, so there was a YouTube parody for this that was set to the tune of We Are Young. And it would go, divide, multiply, subtract and then bring down, do it all over again. I'm never doing that again. But I felt like it had to be done once. Anyway, divide is what we're going to do first. When I say divide, I mean we're going to do this term divided by this term. So 2x to the 4th power, if I do, pardon me, if I do 2x to the 4th power divided by x squared, that's going to give me 2x squared. So that's what goes up top. So 2x squared goes right there. Clean up a little bit. So now I'm going to multiply. When I say multiply, I mean take this and do the distributive property with it. All right, multiply this 2x squared across this divisor. So 2x squared times x squared is going to, of course, be 2x to the 4th power. That's why we picked it. 2x squared times 2x is going to be 4x to the 3rd power. And 2x squared times negative 3 is going to be negative 6x squared. Alright, so we did divide and we did multiply. Now it's time to subtract. So the easiest way to subtract one polynomial from another is to change the signs and combine like terms. So if I change this to a negative, and I'll change this to a negative, and I'll change this to a positive. Alright, that's if I combine like terms now, I'm subtracting. So these cancel out. And here, all right, this is like a positive 1, negative 4. That's going to be a negative 3x to the 3rd power. Negative 8, positive 6, that is negative 2x squared. These don't have anything to combine with, so they will come down unchanged. And then you start all over again. Divide, multiply, subtract again. Okay, so now I'm looking at, again, the lead term. So I'm thinking negative 3x to the 3rd power divided by x squared. That would be negative 3x, right? The negative 3 wouldn't go anywhere, and x to the 3rd power divided by x squared is x. So negative 3x, so I'll put that up top. Now I'm going to take my negative 3x and I'm going to do the distributive property with it. So I'm doing my negative 3x times x squared That's going to be negative 3x to the third power. Negative 3x times 2x, that's negative 6x squared. And negative 3x times negative 3, that's going to be positive 9x. So I've divided, now I've multiplied, now it's time to subtract. Best way to subtract is to change the signs. So boom, boom, kabam. These cancel out. Negative 2 and positive 6 is 4x squared. 17 minus 9 is 8x. And then negative 12 has nothing to combine with, so I'll just bring that down. Okay, too far. And then we start over one more time. So go back one more time to divide. So when I'm talking about dividing, I'm looking at the first two terms. So I'm thinking 4x squared, okay, divided by x squared. So that will just be 4. So I will put my plus 4 up here. So now I've divided. Now it's time to multiply. Okay, so I'm going to take my 4 and I'm going to multiply. 4 times x squared is 4x squared. 4 times 2x is 8x. And 4 times negative 3 is negative 12. Okay, so I divided, I multiplied. Now it is time to subtract. We subtract one more time by changing the signs. Now these happen to all be opposites, so everything cancels out. There is no remainder. That means the final answer is this that's sitting up top. The final answer is 2x squared minus 3x plus 4. Alright, so that is how you do long division with polynomials. Now, what if we had had a remainder? Imagine that this had been, let's say, a 7 instead of a 0. Then we would have had the same thing, except we would have had 2x squared minus 3x plus 4. Now, and then because of the 7, we would put plus 7 over the divisor, x squared plus 2x minus 3. So this is how it would have looked if we had a remainder. But we didn't, so let's not get it twisted. So that's it for number 7.